He made the playoffs with the 49ers last year, played in a Super Bowl with them. And now he hopes to take the Saints back to the Super Bowl along with the rest of that team, fresh off of their season-ending win against Carolina, getting set for the Chicago Bears in the middle game of the Sunday wild card triple-header. He is Emmanuel Sanders. How are you, Emmanuel?
I'm good. Rich, how are you?
Better for talking to you. What does this mean to be back in the playoffs with the new team with this season?
It means a lot. Throughout my journey, it's an 11-year journey. I entered the league with the Pittsburgh Steelers, went to the Super Bowl, then had like 3 years where we didn't make the playoffs, go to Denver, make the playoffs there, win the Super Bowl in the second year, then have like 2 or 3 years of no playoffs, and then last year going to the Super Bowl again, and now this year back in the playoffs with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. So to ride the roller coaster, the ups and downs, and the flow of just the NFL career, to be back in the playoffs and being not in the playoffs before, like it doesn't happen like this all the time. And to be on a Super Bowl caliber team with a Super Bowl caliber quarterback and Drew Brees, it usually doesn't work out like that. And so, I'm just extremely humbled and grateful for the opportunity, but I also know that it's just not going to be given to us in terms of trying to win it all. We got a Chicago Bears team. We've got a great defense. It's a lot of good teams in the playoffs, so we got to lock in these next 3 or 4 weeks and see, where the chips fall after that.
Well, I mean, at least it was a normal straight line from week 1 to week 17 for you, Emmanuel. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. No, it's a pandemic. You got COVID. The quarterback broke his ribs. Hold on a second. Now you're running the lead. We could go on and on here about this journey. What was the I guess strangest part for you in this journey, this 17-week season?
I think all of it was strange.
Right? I mean,
truthfully, I think all of it was strange. Just from the whole year, right? You finish the Super Bowl and it's like then 30 days later, boom, like the whole city, the whole country, the whole world is shut down. And then you like, are we going to play football? Are we not? Then we play football. You show up, you got to get COVID tested every day. This thing gets stuck in your nose every morning. To playing in games with no fans, traveling on the road, being in a hard bubble in a hotel, not being able to see family. And then, midway through the season, everything's starting to go flow. You start to get used to it, and then, boom, you show up to work, and then they tell you just tested positive, and you got to quarantine for 14 days. And so it's just been a roller coaster of everything. But truthfully, if you would have said, okay, this is what you would have had to endure the whole year, like I would have been like, no way. But just day by day, you just chug along, you just keep going, and you keep going, and you just see that no matter what's thrown at you, you're able to adjust. And so, I feel like, and I feel like I'm speaking to all of us, is that, I'm kind of proud of the way that we handle it because, things could have been way worse, 10 times worse, but here we are. And just from the NFL in general, if you would have asked me, can the NFL make it through a whole season?
Right.
I said, it's like then it's 30 or 40% chance, but we made it through a whole season, and now here's the postseason, and we're on our way to making it through a full season. So kudos to the NFL.
Well, I think when I had you on, Emmanuel Sanders, at the beginning of the season, if not just on the outset, right before it, I asked you if you thought that you'd be able to make it through a full season uninterrupted, and you basically gave the answer that anyone gave. I don't know. I hope so. I don't know. And here we are after this whole journey, and with very different practice schedules, and then Drew Brees did break his ribs right towards the back end of the season. But it does appear that you are more in rhythm with him going into the playoffs. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, every time I see Drew, and I mean it, every time I look at him, I don't know why it just comes out, but I look at him every morning, I pass on, I say, man, you my guy. You my guy. And it's not too many guys that I could say that, and that's not saying that they are my guy, but just the way that, I feel about the dude. Like, he's a legend in my eyes, but, you see the Sean Payton and Drew Brees connection, and I've grown up around it. I grew up in the South in Houston. I've heard about him. Drew Brees is a legend to me, but just Drew Brees, the person, like, I've been enjoying just being around him too, and just the way that he approaches the game and the way that he goes about his business it's just been amazing. And so If you look at this team, and this is the reason why I've been telling people, like, and I know I got a biased opinion in terms of, Sean Payton being coach of the year, but I've just seen this guy battle through so much, from Alvin Kamara being out, from Drew Brees breaking his ribs, to making the decision on Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, from Mike Thomas injuring his ankle, first game of the year, of damn near missing an entire season, and just guys dropping, and the COVID and all the things that he's balanced. I just seen a guy who really just coached the team no matter who was out there, and was able to win games. And so we've had our fair share of adversities through this whole situation, but I do believe that, like, we're primed, and I don't think we have a choice but to be ready, because the playoffs are here, and the time's not going to change. So now is the time. And
you've been around some offensive minds, to say the least. You went through the previous Super Bowl stops and all your other teams with Arians in Pittsburgh, obviously Kubiak with Denver. We just saw you in a Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan. Give me a good Sean Payton moment. You just gave us about the overarching view, but can you get a little more granular of a moment where you're like, okay, this cat's a little different? You got something on that?
Sean's different, full circle. Just from a play calling standpoint, you got two different Sean Paytons. You got Sean Payton that throughout the week, So I had to get 8 catches to get the 500K. Every morning I walk into work, Sean, he greets the entire team. Every morning he's judging my outfit, because I like to dress up to go to work,
sure,
right? And he's judging my outfits. Every day he's telling me, okay, that's a good outfit, that's a outfit. Okay, that's that. So I get the 500, and he comes to the back of the plane just to mess with me. And he tells me, yeah, you got your 500,000. He goes, don't be wearing those white pants anymore, right? so I'm like, all right. He loves just to pick on me, but then you got Sean Payton during the game, and do not talk to him during the game, because he will flip out on anybody during the game. He's so locked in. He's so prepared. He has his strategic ways, his chess playmaking, calling ways, and he just wants to execute at a high level, and that's just him. And so, I've been enjoying just being around him and just being in his presence and just seeing just how he is just as a head coach. It's been fun to watch.
Emmanuel Sanders, some real talk from the wide receiver of the New Orleans Saints here on the Rich Eisen Show. I don't want you to run the risk of incurring the wrath, but can you give us the updates on Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara? Do you think we see full strength on Sunday as we're sitting here on Tuesday?
In my opinion, as far as Mike, I think that he'll be back. Just knowing Mike's personality, the playoffs, I know he'll be back. And then as far as Alvin, I think I read something that said that, like, he can show up to the game on Sunday and play. And me knowing, Alvin, and me knowing Sean, and just how Alvin comes to work and how smart Alvin is and how good of a leader Alvin is, like, Alvin's going to be at that game on Sunday. I'll be surprised if he's not at that game on Sunday. And as far as, like, I know everybody's probably saying he's not going to work out. I don't really know the details. I haven't spoken to Alvin in terms of, like, his health with the whole COVID situation. But
right,
I know, like, if Alvin is healthy enough and he feels good enough, like, he's going to try to make an effort to play in that game. So, well, we'll see how it plays off. That's just my guess. Like, that's no factual. That's just my guess.
Well, and obviously, the Bears are no joke defensively. What's the challenge, Emmanuel, for you and this team?
I think the challenge is just, with the whole playoffs going on, everybody always feels like they have to do more. They have to do more, right? They have to do more. And in some aspect, you do have to do a little more, but you don't want that more to turn into anxiety that you're not yourself. And so I just think that we just got to go out and just do us. We got Drew Brees, we got Sean Payton, we got Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, myself, we got Jared Cook, we got playmakers. All we have to do is execute at a high level. We got a good offensive line, and we just got to execute at a high level and do what we do. And I feel like we'll be fine.
Okay, and again, I know you got this game ahead of you, but you also as I've told you, I say it all the time, you've got a great media career game ahead of you as well. So if you don't mind, I'd like to place you just a brief bit into the role of paparazzi for the story that everybody is talking about, the way that the Eagles ended their season, and what the talk might be in your locker room, or your 2 cents and what you think the Eagles locker room might be, the Giants locker room might be, based on the way that Sunday Night Football played out with Nate Sudfeld being inserted into a hotly contested game. Emmanuel.
Yeah, I know a lot of people getting in their emotions about it, and if I'm a Giants fan, obviously I'm gonna be in my emotions about it as well. But I mean, Doug Pederson, in my opinion, like, he can do whatever he wants. You know, everybody talks about, you know, the Jets, you know, not losing the entire season, and not getting, the quarterback from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. But, you know, for me, like, I always sit back and say, you got to do what's best for your team for now and for the future. And so, whatever Doug Pederson wanted to do, like, I mean, he can do it, you know. But, and of course, people are going to be in their feelings over it and be in their emotions. But at the end of the day, he made that decision because he's the head coach of that team, and he obviously, like, he felt that was the best decision for his team at the moment. Whether it was the move up to get draft picks, I really don't know the full details of it.
Right.
But if it was to move up to get more draft picks for a future team to keep building and stacking and do whatever he got to do, he has to make the hard decisions on a day-to-day basis, and he felt like that was the right decision, and you got to respect it at the end of the day.
Well, what about the own locker room here? Miles Sanders, again, I know you got your own world and your own business, so you might not know, but he said today that the decision to bench Hurts, nobody in the locker room liked it. He said nobody, and that he's wondering who made the decision, even though the coach has come out and said it was his decision. So it sounds like that there needs to be some reparations within the Eagles' own locker room right here.
So that goes back, and that's why I bring up the Jets. It goes back to, and when you talk about a team, like, everybody was like dissing the Jets, like, why did they win that game? They could have got Trevor Lawrence. And it's like, do you not understand that Sam Darnold is starting at quarterback? So you're going to tell Sam Darnold, you're going to go in the locker room and tell Sam Darnold, hey, I need you to blow this game just so we could draft a quarterback that's going to come in and replace you. Like, as a team or as a player in this league, and I understand where Miles is coming from, because he's sitting back and saying, hey, look, every day it's sometimes I think about it, I'm like, dude, like, it's one shot that I can literally be paralyzed, or I can get hurt really bad. And Miles is sitting back and saying, I'm putting it on the line every game. I don't care if we got something to play or not. I'm putting it on the line every game to try to get a win and try to enjoy a victory, and that was taken away from me. And he feels some type of way about it, and I would too. You know, but as far as for the head coach in the organization, and that's where the player and the organization sometimes disagrees, because they have to think long term, where the player is only thinking right now because he's thinking about like, as he should, about himself right now as well. And so business is business, personal is personal, and they made a business decision.
Emmanuel, that's why, again, you got your career ahead of you when you want to get to that. I don't know if you saw your teammate from Super Bowl 50, Aqib Talib, already is making a splash in his role with the paparazzi. Did you check? I don't know if you were playing at the same time where he was calling I think it was Cardinals Eagles. It was a great game. Have you heard any of his calls? Any of you heard?
I haven't watched the full game because I've been playing, but I've just heard snippets. And being in the locker room with Talib, we used to always talk about doing media when we get down playing ball, and to see that him making that jump that fast, it's impressive to see, and I'm happy for him.
Well, I'm concerned if Sean Payton would comment on his garb in the same way that I've heard Sean, you say, commented on yours. I don't know if you saw the Christmas suit from Aqib in the booth.
Yeah, I saw the Christmas. That's the lead. You got to think, in 2015 when we won the Super Bowl, we were the NFL's most fashionable team. So we got a little fashion to it.
Well, I mean, you're going against Cam. You're going against Cam. So, I mean, might be the most fashionable Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls.
I can't beat Cam. Cam showed up to the game the other day in a fur mink coat, with a huge chain on. I said, I can't compete with you, man.
Well, Emmanuel, have a great time getting out there on the playoff field. I hope for your sake that you go 4 for 4 with teams played for making the Super Bowl. I know Saints fans hope the same thing as well. And you keep being you. Let's chat soon.
I appreciate you, Rich.
Always. That's Emmanuel Sanders at @esanders_10 on Twitter and at Emmanuel Sanders on Instagram. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.